payroll schedule that goes with that too, the resolution? Is that a separate resolution?
What's that now?
The payroll schedule. Should that go with this resolution? Because it was behind it.
I didn't make this paperwork up, I was hard to, I found it hard to follow that myself.
Let me see. Because they also have to put a resolution on that.
Yeah, it really doesn't state it's there, but it doesn't state if it's part of it or not.
Holiday schedule, okay, so we'll make the next one, just the payroll schedule.
Now, Mr. President, in the past, this has been a bulk resolution, basically rolling over all our policies for the following year.
Yeah, but he didn't put a sheet in there for you guys to sign it. But now you guys gotta do it separately. You know what I'm saying? He didn't put a sheet in there for him to sign for the overall bulk resolution. He just did it for each separate one.
We get that, Jim.
He was just explaining to you what they have to.
Well, we either need resolutions for each and every one, or I move to do a consent resolution for the rest of the list. Or we can table this to the next meeting and haul them out one by one. It's up to you. Trustees, comments?
Well, I went over most of it. The only issue I had, we talked about the holidays, and then the one for job descriptions. There's some changes need to be made, it's been copied and pasted. For instance, the zoning director, if these changes want to be made, the zoning director was signed by the previous administrator in 2015, and it states there's 11 holidays, it needs to be changed to 10. All the fire positions have got lots of signature on it, and that needs removed. The paper I had for the new assistant fire chief only had one of the 2 pages of the job description. It needs both pages. And then the thing does not have a job description for administrator at all. And we need a job description for administrator. For the job description of operations director, it still has Mr. Randy DeVildas will waive the township health benefits. Still has this stuff in there that needs removed. So, just needs a little cleaning up.
So then we need to table the job descriptions and have a whole separate meeting to go pick those over.
There's also a resolution that talks about 2020, and it shouldn't be even in here because it talks about the payment for this building, sharing the payment for this building. It's one of the last ones. It shouldn't even be in here at all.
It's not on my list.
When I went through separating them out, it should be on the list. Let me see what it says. It split the utility, Jefferson Township Board of Trustees agreed to split the utility costs for various expenses. And it talks about, change the date to this date, but it has nothing to do with the way the bills are supposed to be done. It's right after, I'll tell you where it's at. EMS billing rates, do you have that in your folder? It's right after
Which one is it?
It's after the EMS billing rates.
It reads utility costs for various expenses split.
Right. And it's talking about splitting this building, but that was for only the beginning of last year.
That needs removed.
Yeah, that one should be removed.
That's a budget issue. Why are we removing it?
What, because it's not even, we don't pay this, You don't split this bill, your fire department pays this bill.
Okay. Let's go back to the issue of the job descriptions. Is everybody on board with tabling that issue and setting up a separate meeting just for that? Anybody?
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Second work session in January. That good with you all?
Good with me.
Yes, tonight, for sure, you need to, for the meeting, yes. If you don't do anything else. I mean, actually, this I could wait till January, except for the meeting day,
Just table all this till January?
except for the meeting days. I think it's all, if that's my suggestion, but you need to have those approved.
Well, why don't we set the meetings for January, and we can do the schedule with the rest of this. Unless everybody's comfortable with the schedule. So that would set the Jefferson Township Board of Trustees meeting schedule for first and third Tuesdays in January, which would be January the 5th and January the 19th, 2021. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
All right.
Aye.
So that means that in January we vote on the entire year, right? Then in January you vote on the entire schedule, okay.
To get us through.
Okay, sounds good to me. So then that's done, right?
Question. Starting 2021, I'm requesting that we go to Zoom meetings for that year.
Say it again.
For 2021, I'm requesting that we do Zoom meetings.
I'll second that. Do you want to do it structured as until the COVID clears, or you just want to lock it in for Zoom the whole year?
Just until, well, I'm gonna say it's gonna be the whole year before they get this straightened out, because we're finding out our president did not purchase vaccines. So now they've got 2 million doses given. And we got a problem. And that stuff is going like a field is burning.
Okay, Mr. Mann's made a motion to move to all Zoom meetings until further notice. I second the motion.
Okay, and roll call please, Tracy.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yep.
Trustee
Yes.
Trustee McGuire?
Yes.
Trustee Mann?
Yes.
How do we sign paperwork?
You could do electronic signature, but we gotta find out how to do it. I asked.
I have all but 6 of the meeting minutes transcribed. I'll have those the first meeting in January. We'll be able to go over those and do what we gotta do to get them official.
So are you donating those to the township?
Nope.
So let's be clear, you bought meeting minutes personally without authorization from the rest of the board, and you expect to be reimbursed. When at the last meeting, that was voted down, and you went ahead and bought it anyway.
So, you passed a resolution to do, for the trustees to do word-for-word meeting minutes.
You violated the purchasing policy by doing that.
No, I
That
didn't.
didn't give you the authorization to
You
go
did not, I
spend
did not
that.
violate anything.
Number one, we did not agree on that vendor. That was up in the air, and that was actually
What
supposed
do
to
you
be
mean? You passed a resolution to do the minutes word for word. Nobody else does word for word. Nobody.
Nobody else has our issues.
Nobody else has a Jim McGuire as a trustee.
Nobody else has a president of the trustees suing the other trustees. So we're gonna need an accurate record of the meetings for when we go to court.
Okay, so anyway,
So you violated the
I
purchasing
did not
policy.
honor, no, I did not.
Well,
Explain
I'm
how-
not
explain how-
gonna sign a PO to reimburse you for that, because you didn't follow. It's the same thing you did with the V-Box spreader. If you don't get your way, you just do whatever you want.
Look who the hell is talking. Okay, anyway, the meeting minutes will be at the next meeting, and we can make them official and do what we gotta do to be legal. Do I have to print all those out, or what do I gotta?
No, I need to have, I don't, well, if you wanna do it that way, or, I don't know how you wanna do it, but what I need is a disc or whatever you have,
Yes, I get
so that I can
it.
upload it to the website.
Okay. I got it all on my hard drive.
This was never agreed upon. Did you cut a check to McLaughlin for this already?
Mr. McGuire, you agreed to do word for word minutes. You asked Mr. Mann to check, you asked for somebody to find.
So you guys have signed checks for this? To reimburse you?
Yeah, check's been sent.
To
Yep.
reimburse him?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And the
And
discussion.
there is a resolution in there before we reach that was done.
And the discussion.
Part of conducting public meetings is making public meetings public.
There was never any intent. My concern is you're gonna tamper with the record, and it's not gonna be an accurate reflection of the meeting. It was never about excluding anything from the public. It's required by law.
Then why have you been against it since day one?
Number one, because you never really gave me any information on that company. So you basically just decided you're gonna do it. It was shot down at the last meeting, and then the two of you obviously worked something out to do that. We were already in trouble with the state up to the December meeting, so
In regards to,
they were not done in a prompt manner.
and why is that, Mr. McGuire?
Well, we all know why, don't we?
Yeah, we sure do.
Which December meeting, because we never had any minutes at all last year. You talking about December 2019?
No, we're talking about all this year.
So, yeah, all this year, the state hasn't said anything about minutes yet, they haven't looked.
Well, until we're audited for it,
Right.
but they were not done promptly. And even with what you've turned in, that is
If
still not promptly.
If
So
we have
we're
them
gonna
when they
continue
do
to do
the
that
audit.
2021, and we're gonna make a change in 2021 and do it promptly.
Well, it looks like you took care of that. What are we gonna do about 2021?
I say we go do what everybody else in the flipping state does and do an outline of the meeting. A short version, 1 or 2 pages, not 80 and word for word. Nobody else does it word for word.
Well,
Nobody.
If we're going to Zoom and
This is
they'll-
our meeting. This is our record for the public.
if we're going to
You
Zoom.
don't wanna have an accurate record? for
We
the
have an
public?
accurate record. We'll do what everybody else does. If you want, you look at the outline. If you wanna know more, you pull the audio tape.
But
And
that's the- that is not the
Nathaniel,
official
I know,
record.
no, yes it is.
No, it's
You
not.
in a meeting, says, I already know the answer to that, ask Nathaniel if that's legal or not, I already know the answer to it. What was his response?
Yeah,
It
It's
is a
not.
legal response, yes it is, he said, yes he did.
we have that legal response for this, for the.
Well, I've got another opinion from Sturdick Dowd stating, recorded,
So you went again and contacted to a lawyer we gotta pay money for, again and again and again, when that contract had ended back in June.
Can-
We ended that contract with them in June,
Can I
and you keep
say
using
something?
them. Yes, go
I
ahead.
am not only the fiscal officer, I am also the fiscal clerk. So if you have information you got from a lawyer, that should go into the township records, which I'm the fiscal clerk and I should have a copy of for the records. So that's one thing I want to give, and with everybody, including Steve, I've told Steve several times, any bids that we get, whether they get the thing, goes in the files. I need to have that for the records. Because what happens when somebody comes to one of you guys and say, where is it? Where is this bid? Where is this? Where is that? It's gotta be in our township records. And I'm not getting these things. You just sat up here and told me that you got a finding from the lawyer. Why don't we have that in our records? That should be in our
It's not a finding from the
records.
lawyer. It was a.
We
it was an
paid
opinion.
for it. It's an opinion. We paid for it. It came out of our funds. We need to have it in our record, or we will be paying for it. Anything we pay for should be in our records. Anything that we're given should be in
Well,
our
look at those
records.
bills from the lawyer, all the times they talk and everything, we never hear any records. about
Right,
it.
we don't have any records. It's nothing in there. Somebody wants to
Thousands and
come,
thousands
we'd
of
be in
dollars.
real big trouble. You preach all these things, but you're not following what you should be doing. That should be in our township records. If somebody comes for a record request, we won't have that. And I have to come to you guys and say, I need this, it's a records request, and then we'll have to go to the lawyer, and the lawyer will have to mandate it, and somebody's gonna have to come up with it.
Well, somebody tries to use the audio in court, I guess we'll find out. That's where I land on this.
And why are you worried? Are you conducting business in a way that it bothers you, that people know what you say?
What are you talking about?
Mr. President, are we finished?
Yeah.
We are ready for?
No,
Oh, no, okay.
There are a few other things, but let me just go briefly. I have,
Yes.
I'm not even gonna go through all this mess, but I'm concerned about Buckeye's bill. I don't look at every bill. Steve usually takes care of the bills for Buckeye's, but since he's been out, I got 2 bills in the last week. And I think by what I'm looking at, because I got the contract out for the coronavirus, this is the contract for their proposed quote, prepare for, I guess this is the Zoom meeting quote,
Is it like about 6,300?
68, 1280. Well, Steve gave me a PO for 65, so first of all, I didn't cover that. But secondly, I got 2 invoices, and for 10 computers. This is 5 Dell laptops. I got for 10
computers,
10 laptops,
10 laptops.
right, 15 docking stations.
Wow.
Um,
Who ordered that?
Evidently they did. And in fact, the funny thing about it is it only lists 3 names. Trustee McLaughlin, Trustee Mann, and Tony McKee are gonna get 3 laptops. And I guess 5 means you wanted 2 reserve ones, I'm assuming, because it says 2, yeah, it says 2 new reserve. Who's gonna get the reserve laptops? Okay, so you order 5,
Well, why would you
in
charge
the
10?
estimates file, so we got 10, billed for 10, I haven't paid this yet.
You were
Yeah,
billed
we-
for 10,
we got
but you only
billed for
show
10.
5.
The
We
quote
only asked for
shows
5.
5. And it also shows 5 3-year complete care, which means we got 10 complete care, 2. And it shows 3 laptop docking station, but we got charged for 15. And then it says 3 video adapters, we got charged for 10. And then we got 1 shipping from Dell, we got only charged, well, we got charged for 3. So what I'm saying is, we got triple billed. This is just the ones I caught. I don't know how many we may have paid in the past like this. Because when they do their bills, it's just dates on there, and I don't know what they are. We could be paying more to them than what we should be. I don't know who's monitoring these bills and looking. I just happened, because they knew this was due to this coronavirus, I had to find the bill that went with paying that. Again, it didn't cover the PO that Steve had you guys approve, only said 6,500 on it, not 60.
That's what the quote was.
It said, the
That's
quote
what it
says,
should be.
no, the quote says $6,812.62. That's what this
But I
quote
know we
says.
didn't need all of that,
Oh,
unless there's
okay.
part of the Zoom subscription is in there, that's the only other cost that could be.
Cost per year.
And again, we need the original bid, the original contract, like you said before, keeper of records. Where is their original bid? We had 2 different bids on that, and you guys went with a lower bid. So where is the bid for 6,500? What did it include?
Yeah, and I don't have that in the record signed anywhere. So that was the issue. I got a call in the Buckeye to find out why we've been billed 3 times. So I'll take care of that.
Thank you.
But now the next issue, these are all coronavirus issue, is that I do not have a signed contract to do Station 59. I don't have a signed contract. So the reason why I'm concerned about that is the issues we have with Calumet Center. We didn't have permits, we didn't have them do work, they had to tear it all out. So I'm concerned that is there gonna be somebody monitoring the work at 59? Is there gonna be permits pulled where we have the same issue?
Well, first off, part of the being eligible for Corona money stated that it could not be in your budget.
That's correct.
Station 59 was in the 2020 budget.
I mean,
I
I
saw
said
it.
that, I said that in the beginning.
I got the 2020 budget here, and it was in there.
And I said that in the beginning of this coronavirus, I stated that
So,
several times.
number 1, it's not eligible. Number 2, per resolution, which one was that? Oh, resolution 19054, it requires 3 bids. And also, due to the same resolution, Mr. McGuire should not be able to have anything to do with it. This is a conflict of interest. He is best of friends with the owners of both companies. So, per resolution 19054, number 1, Jim should not be allowed to have anything to do with it. Number 2, it takes 3 bids. And then per the Corona rules, it was on the budget for the fire for 2020. It's not even eligible to be used in Corona money.
Mr. McLaughlin. Number 1, you're over facilities, so you should know everything that's going on with that project.
Here we go
The
again.
original
Here we go again, I'm
contractor,
left in the
hired by
dark.
Lutz,
I can't say a word,
is
can
working with Getter.
I? Okay.
Number two, you retired out of Getter's company, so I don't want to hear conflict of interest.
I haven't talked, no, that isn't.
You retired out of his company, so quit throwing dirt.
I retired, what year was that, Mr. McGuire?
Well, I'll find out.
Well, go and find out. You have a conflict of interest with both of them guys.
How do you figure?
Because you.
Lutz worked with all over the place redoing the ceiling at 59. I didn't. Did you see what happened at the meeting? Those guys decided who they wanted. There was two bids, Bilbrey and the other guys, which was Chip and that other contractor.
So did we
Whoever
get
did the work before.
Where's the bids?
And it was in the meeting you weren't at.
But I didn't get a copy again, this is what I'm saying, I should have had a copy of the bids in the
So
record.
where's the paperwork?
Okay, so I hear what you guys are saying, this is just me. If both of you have a conflict of interest, sounds like me, we should throw that company out the door because there's not enough people up here to vote. If that's the case, and you should go with another company. That is just what I'm saying. Mr. Mann, you have any say on that?
I don't
Okay, you said if it's in 2020's contract that they're not eligible to,
That work is not eligible to be paid for by Corona money because it was in our 2020 fire budget.
That's one of the three prongs.
That's one of the three reasons, right off the bat, when they do the audit and they do the thing on the Corona money, we're gonna be spending that, we're gonna have to pay that money back.
have we written a check for them?
No, I haven't because I don't have a contract, that's what I said. I don't have a signed contract that says you guys agree to this.
And when is the 31st, Friday?
No,
Fair.
today's the 29th, so that would make it Thursday.
So by not having a contract, we're not gonna be able to do it anyway, is that correct?
Today, that's correct, today, as of today, that's correct.
But did you sign the PO? There was a PO.
Yeah, but all
that
those
came through that.
POs were signed.
Okay, so we've committed to the job.
No, there's no signed contract. There's no signed contract. I
Signing
even
PO
called.
does not make it a contract.
I even
It's not-
called CG Construction to ask them, did they have a signed contract, and they told me they're waiting on the trustee to sign a contract and get it back.
But there again, the fact that it was in the 2020 budget, we're gonna get our hands back, and we'll be paying that. And by the way, $47,000 is an ungodly amount of money to pay for the amount of work that you're doing there.
49.
But Bilbrey's bid was higher,
I'm just
but it's
saying.
also changed over to all the touchless stuff that the COVID rules want. So what, you want to do it in-house and get caught not pulling permits again, Mr. McLaughlin? Just like you fixed the septic system without permits, you're talking with the county?
But see, Mr. McGuire, again, that's why I
You're not
brought
part of
this
this
up.
debate.
I don't care, but this is why I brought this up. It's because I refuse, now I'm saying it, and you listen to me. I refuse to write anything without a contract, and you guys haven't signed it. And I said refuse. Just so you understand, you don't have to have me repeat it. I'm not signing because we've already gone through this with Calumet Center. So I want you to know that, so your debate is not worth any debate if I'm not gonna sign a check. You need to get that taken care of as part of, you say about permits, you need to still have a permit. Who does it? If we do it or another contractor, you have to have them sign a contract that says we need permits done. And I don't have that.
This is a perfect example
Ugh.
why places like Centerville and Miami Township have thriving businesses. They're fighting over businesses to come in and be in their shopping centers, and we can't even get our acts together to do a simple remodel
But
job that
the
we
problem
started
is
a year
because of
ago.
you, Jim. It's only
not because of me.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it is.
is.
You can pin the blame on me all you want.
It's because
We
of you.
approved it before, and your chief got caught bending the rules.
It's you, Jim. You know, it's you.
No,
It's you.
it wasn't ADA
And we'll
compliant.
see next year, when you see, we'll see it'll be all you next year.
So, the public wants that firehouse open. They gave us tax dollars to get that going.
And so we take
Besides
it
all
out
that,
there.
the money's already in the fire budget
That's
to pay it,
right.
whether it's COVID funds or not. So this big push for COVID funds,
Well, that's
we
what
still
we
have
were
the money.
saying. Well, that's exactly what we just said, Jim.
so.
We just said COVID funds cannot be used for this, and the fire department already has it in their budget. You're arguing about something we already said, and that's why I'm telling you, it's you, because you're not listening. I'm just trying to bring it to the light that we can't,
No,
we don't
you
have a
guys
contract.
worked this out already. Let's move
Yeah, see,
on.
that's why there's a problem with you, because you always think if somebody worked something out. But yet, you don't do that, you don't do that.
Tracy, do you have anything else?
Yes, the Rosenbaum pumper. You guys worked that out, you guys chose a 12-year contract, but I was told that Ohio does not allow a 12-year one annual payment. So we have to get something from the lawyer. So I was told that Steve was supposed to talk to the lawyer to get something. I have not seen that, so we're holding on getting this Rosenbaum pump, because Steve told them to contact me. But I don't have any information. How can you contact me when I wasn't involved in that? He told them, I got an email yesterday saying that they're supposed to contact me.
What time span did they give you?
They want to close the closing date on the 28th of January. They
Okay,
wanted to- But I told
so
them I
how
didn't know
much,
if we could do that.
how many years did they say?
They have 10, 12, and 13. We could do it,
Yeah.
Ohio allows 10.
And what do we have?
You guys chose 12. I saw a little asterisk in resolution 20-120 is the
So-
resolution.
So that's 13, they've got 13 and 10.
10, 12, and 13. And you guys chose 12. But
Well-
our state doesn't allow more than 10 is what I was told.
Then let's go back to 10.
Okay, so then I could go back and tell them that we're okay with the
10 years.
No deposit, right? Because you got a 50,000, there's an option of 0, 50, and 100,000. So you want no deposit, 10 years, right? No down payment, I'm sorry. No down payment.
If that's what they had in the original, yeah.
Okay. So I'll go back and
That's
tell
what was
them
the original.
that, and then we'll have one payment starting in February of 2022.